Welcome to Taste China Learn English. Picture this. It is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday evening.
Oh, yeah. We have all been there.
Right. You are standing in front of your open refrigerator, just staring into the cold air. You are tired. You did not plan a big dinner.
And you were just looking at a random bunch of leftovers.
Exactly. Like a takeout container of cold, hard rice, maybe a couple of lonely eggs, and a sad-looking green onion.
But you know, what you're actually looking at is not just a desperate kitchen scramble.
It is not.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Those stale, hard grains of rice are actually the strict, mandatory foundation for a centuries-old culinary masterpiece.
Oh, wow. So we are talking about Chinese fried rice, or in Chinese, fan.
Yes, try.
So welcome to this deep dive. Today we are looking at a fascinating cultural and linguistic guide focused on this universally loved comfort food.
It is a great topic.
Our mission today is to give you, the listener, the exact knowledge you need to transform your standard kitchen leftovers into a savory kitchen miracle.
Because treating this dish like a free-for-all where you just heat up random food is a mistake.
We want you to understand not just how it is made, but the specific techniques that elevate it. We want to take it from a messy, home-cooked meal to restaurant-quality perfection.
Right, because there are strict rules.
Yeah.
It is a highly structured culinary masterpiece.
Okay, let's unpack this, because before we talk about the colorful ingredients, we have to start with the foundation.
The base of the dish.
Right. Every building needs a solid base. And for Chamfan, the base defies our usual expectations of cooking.
It really does. Because usually we want fresh food, right?
Yeah, fresh vegetables, fresh bread.
But the golden rule from our sources says that using fresh hot rice is a massive mistake.
A massive mistake.
Yeah, the texts explicitly call it a big no-no.
Wait, no, so using fresh rice ruins it?
Yes, if you put fresh rice in the pan, it turns into a big sticky mess.
Oh, I see. So the paradox of freshness is that fresh is actually bad here.
Exactly. The secret is using leftover rice, or what they call overnight rice.
Overnight rice?
Right. Sitting in the fridge overnight dries out the rice. It makes the individual grains hard.
And that is a good thing.
It is essential. It allows every single grain to remain separate and clear during cooking.
Oh, wow.
What's fascinating here is how the very concept of leftovers is actually a required planning step.
A planning step, so it is not an accident.
No. You must cook your rice on Monday with the intention of frying it on Tuesday.
I get it. It is, it's like trying to build a sandcastle.
Oh, I like that comparison.
Yeah, if you use soaking wet mud, it just clumps together into a big blob. You have no structure.
Exactly.
You need those distinct, slightly dried grains of sand to build the structure. So does this mean the driest, oldest rice in the fridge is actually the most valuable?
Basically, yes. Those hard, distinct grains give you the perfect blank canvas to work with.
Okay, so we have our dry, separate grains. That is our canvas. Now, what do we paint on it?
This is where the dish becomes really flexible. The source actually calls it a party in a pan.
A party in a pan. That sounds fun. Meaning almost anything goes.
Right. You can use peas, carrots, corn, ham, shrimp, whatever you have.
Just clear out the fridge.
Yes. But to elevate the conversation, the guide introduces the standard bearer, the grandfather of all fried rice.
The grandfather. What is that?
Yangzhou fried rice.
Yangzhou fried rice.
Yes. It is known for being incredibly colorful and, well, fancy. It specifically features shrimp, diced pork, eggs, and bamboo shoots.
Okay, so premium ingredients. But is it just about being fancy?
No. The core philosophy here is balance. The goal is getting a little bit of everything in every single bite.
How do you do that in a busy frying pan?
You do it with your knife.
Yeah.
The source emphasizes the culinary term diced.
Diced, meaning to cut things into small, square cubes.
Exactly. You cut the pork, the carrots, everything into tiny uniform cubes. This achieves perfect distribution.
Oh, so you are engineering the perfect bite.
Right. This isn't just throwing random things together.
Yeah.
If you have big chunks of meat, it overwhelms the savory profile. You want every bite to be balanced.
Let me push back on this for a second, though.
Yeah.
Because if I am just a regular listener emptying my fridge on a Tuesday, how do I achieve that Yangzhou level of balance?
That is a fair question.
Because I don't want it to turn into what the source jokingly calls a brown mess with soy sauce.
A brown mess with soy sauce. Yeah, nobody wants that.
Right. So what is the trick?
The trick is the dicing technique. Even if you only have a plain hot dog and a carrot, just dice them. make them tiny and uniform.
So the size of the cut is the secret.
Exactly. Okay, but now we have our dry rice and our diced ingredients. They're just loose pieces in a pan.
Right, a loose party in a pan. We need something to tie it all together.
We need a binder.
And that brings us to the most crucial and debated ingredient, the great egg doctrine.
The egg is the ultimate binder, and the texts explore two very distinct methods for incorporating the eggs.
Okay, tell me about method one.
Method one is what most people do. You scramble the eggs first, set them aside, and then add them back to the rice at the end.
That sounds safe and easy.
It is. But then there is method two.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the source uses a highly poetic term for method two.
They call it gold wrapped in silver.
Gold wrapped in silver. That is beautiful. What does it mean?
It means you pour the raw beaten egg directly onto the frying rice.
Directly onto the rice.
Yes. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it is amazing. The raw yellow egg, the gold, coats every individual hardened grain of white leftover rice, the silver.
So it perfectly merges the golden rule of dry rice with the egg technique.
Exactly. It gives every single grain its own little jacket of flavor.
Wait, hold on. Let me challenge this.
Go ahead.
If we pour wet, raw egg onto dry rice, doesn't it just make the rice soggy again?
It seems like it would, yes.
I mean, we worked so hard to get that overnight dryness. It sounds like putting a raincoat on the rice, but the raincoat is wet.
That is a funny way to put it, but no, it does not get soggy.
Why not?
Because of the high heat. The pan is so hot that the egg immediately cooks around the grain. It flash cooks before it can soak into the rice.
Oh, wow. So the heat is the key. It cooks instantly.
Yes, instantly. Which brings us to the next crucial part, the cooking hardware.
Right. We have our ingredients, but none of it matters without the right environment. We move to the crucible where the transformation happens.
Let us break down the mechanics of the stir fry.
Okay, let me define the terms for the listener. Stir means, moving things around with a spoon or a spatula.
Right.
And fry means cooking in oil.
Exactly. And the source says the necessity here is the wok.
The wok. W-O-K. That is a deep, round pan.
Right? Yes. A wok gets intensely hot at the bottom. And because of this extreme heat, constant fast movement is required.
So you have to keep stirring fast or the rice will burn.
Right. You're moving the food in and out of the hottest part of the pan. And this leads to the climax of the dish.
The ultimate goal.
Yes. The expert introduces woke.
Woke, translated as the breath of the woke.
The breath of the woke. It is this elusive, smoky, charred flavor that makes restaurant fried rice infinitely superior to home cooking.
The flavor of the woke's breath.
Basically, tiny drops of oil vaporize and catch fire for a split second. It coats the food in this smoky aroma.
But trying to achieve woke usually just fills my home kitchen with smoke.
Oh, absolutely. It can set off the smoke alarms.
Right. It requires a heavy-duty exhaust fan. So what does this all mean for our listener? Do they need professional kitchen gear?
Or is woke a state of mind achieved through sheer speed and practice?
Yeah, which one is it?
This raises an important question. We have to manage expectations between home comfort food and restaurant technique.
Because my stove at home is not a jet engine.
No, it is not. You might not get full woke at home, but by getting your pan very hot and moving fast, you can still get amazing texture and flavor.
So speed and high heat are the key, even at home.
Exactly. Just be careful with the smoke.
Good advice. Well, we have really covered a lot of ground today.
We have. It is quite a journey.
Let us summarize this. We started with seemingly useless, hard leftover rice.
And we learned it is the necessary foundation.
We explored creating a savory, perfectly balanced dish using the dicing technique from the grandfather style.
Getting those tiny uniform cubes.
We talked about the great egg doctrine, creating gold wrapped in silver.
Wrapping the dry grains in a flash-cooked layer of egg.
And finally, cooking it all with the intense heat and speed to catch the breath of the work.
It is a total transformation.
It really is. So to you, our listener, we have a challenge for you.
Yes, a challenge.
Tonight, when you look in your fridge, view it differently.
Instead of seeing random peas and old rice, see the building blocks of a masterpiece.
Exactly. It is all about how you look at it.
And that leaves us with a final thought to ponder.
Oh, what is that?
Well, If the secret to perfect fried rice relies entirely on the imperfections of stale, leftover ingredients,
Right.
what other aspects of our daily lives or our work might actually benefit from taking a step back?
Oh, I see.
Like letting things dry out, taking a break, and repurposing them the next day with a bit of intense heat and energy.
That is a really provocative thought. Sometimes leftovers are exactly what you need to create something amazing.